Now that we have some trusted identities to work with, let's set the document up for them. I'm going to select Secure. I'm going to choose Certificate-Based, and this is where Acrobat's going to ask me to choose the particular recipients that I want the document to be for. All I need to do is select Search, and Acrobat right now is looking in all directories. Remember that I mentioned that there are other vendors out there who produce and help you manage digital certificates for security purposes. Those solutions plug right into Acrobat. For example, GeoTrust makes a solution that will manage the digital certificates for you so that you don't have to do that trusted identities exchange swapping. It can all be handled on the server. For that reason, Acrobat can search in all of those directories. In our case, though, because we're doing this completely in Acrobat, I'm going to deselect that, and we're only going to look in the trusted identities that we set up. Among the trusted identities that I have are for Fran, Jane, and Mike, and I'll select them all and click OK. Now, this is where things become really interesting, and it's one of the powers that certificate-based security offers that Password doesn't. For Fran, who is a member of the executive team, I want Fran to be able to have full access to this document with respect to changes and everything else. So I'm going to select Permissions. Again, I get this dialog box, and if this dialog box is something that becomes annoying, you can also dispense with it by clicking here. We'll say OK. For Fran, I am going to not restrict printing and editing of the document and its security settings. And I've just set it there just for the purposes of illustration, but I can come back and just deselect that. It's no problem. Jane and Mike, however, are members of the sales organization, and I don't want them to accidentally unsecure a PDF file and then make a change to it that would be inappropriate. For them, I'm going to set different permissions. And perhaps I want high resolution and any changes allowed. We'll say OK. Oh, that's not at all what I want. I can come back in and select that I want them to print it, but only at low resolution. And I don't want them to do anything other than fill in form fields and sign things digitally. And I don't even want to enable the copying of text, images, and other content. Let me describe what's actually happening here, because it might not be obvious from what we've done so far, but it's important to understand. This document is secured such that unless you are Fran, Jane, and Mike, or of course myself, you're not even going to be able to open the document, because what I'm doing is I'm binding the document to those certificates that these people shared with me. So the first thing is that they have to have those certificates, and those certificates have to be active, meaning that they have to have it installed on their machine, they have to have authenticated it with a password that they use to create the certificate. It's a pretty secure method for making sure that the PDF can't be opened by an inappropriate party. Then, if you are Fran, you can open the document, make changes to the content, shuffle pages around, whatever. If you are Jane and Mike, you can do nothing of that. You can only open the document, print a low-resolution version of the document, and use it that way. That is the power of a certificate-based security solution. Let me select OK, and we've applied it. Now, it tells you that the file is secured, and that's where we're at. If somebody other than those 4 people try to open this document, it simply won't open. There's no password they can use. There's nothing that they can do short of having that certificate and access to it to open that document. And that is certificate-based security, and that's what Acrobat allows you to do.